I'm the design director of this company that unluckily has my name. It's Tobia Repossi. We do interior and product design. I want to talk about my passion, which is designing with nature. I actually believe that designing with nature will help us to be better designers. And I like to observe nature a lot. So tonight I want to tell you about this actor, which is the wild oat seed. It's a guy that you can find all over China. It's very common. It's one of those seeds that actually get into your socks and they're difficult to take out when you run free in the fields. The guy is very small. He's like from 1 centimeter to 3 centimeters, but he owns many industrial design patents. He's full of industrial design patents. So let me tell you about his story. So once upon a time the guy is on his plant and actually his story is a journey, it's an adventure to preserve his life. It rains, it's a rainy day, and the guy detaches himself from the plant. He falls down, and if we take a look at the way he's connected to the plant, we find that actually it's like a button. It's like one of those buttons that you have on your clothes. It's one of the first patents that this guy has. And the second thing is that he's got a cover to cover him by the water when it's not needed, and this cover actually has the same structure of something that we know really well. It's an umbrella, and this so it has a structure and a fabric part. And when we go to the ground, these things they fall down, and remember that it's raining, so they make like a pulp, like a cream with the ground and themselves. And this cream is a fantastic fertilizer. It's a huge hamburger for our guy. It's the perfect soil for him to do his adventure. So then he falls down and he spins like an helicopter. He has these two kind of legs, these two kind of wings. What he has to do is to dig the ground to go inside. He looks like an helicopter. Actually, he has the same shape and the same characteristics. In fact, he's heavy on the bottom part and he's light in the top part. This guy today is a war machine. He's an helicopter charged. He's a seed, so he has to fertilize his ground to save the life of his plant. So he looks really like a war machine. Now what he does is that he falls in the ground. Remember that it's raining, so the ground is softened by the rain. He makes a huge splash and a little hole, and the water actually is his energy. He gets wet with the water to do a movement that you'll see right now. So the legs are starting to run around and to twirl, and actually at a certain time they pop. They make this movement. If you take a look at the picture down, he's actually trying to dig his head in the hole. See that? It's not an insect. It's a seed, and it moves. So he actually looks like a spring. He charges himself like a spring, full of energy. He's like Jack in the Box, you know, the little puppet that comes out of the box. The box pops out of the box, or he looks like a watch, if you want, that you charge and releases with his spring the energy during the day. But there's a fantastic thing, that the sun is also his reverse energy, because he dries and the legs go for the back movement, and then he can do the movement over and over again, like this kind of spring. So he digs the ground in a special position. Actually, he's got a 60 degrees angle, which is something which is an angle that we find a lot in nature. And why does he do that? Naturally, if you want to put a nail in a wall or make a hole, you need to be stable. And actually, making a triangle and taking this position is the more stable thing. And maybe you have a 60 degrees angle. It's even better. And let's take a look at his head, his shape. There's another triangle here, another 60 degrees. So it looks like something that we know. It's a chisel, actually. The chisel is the perfect instrument to dig a hole, and that's what he looks like. So our guy actually now looks like a rocket. He's launched, he's doing his thing, and he's trying to fertilize the earth after flying and after digging a hole. But there's also something that we know really well in his shape. His head is bigger than the body. He looks like an arrow. You know, the arrow opens the flesh, and then it's difficult to take out because the ground or the flesh actually closes by itself. So if we take a look at this thing, it actually reminds me of another fantastic patent of this guy, which is this one. If you wanna hang a frame on your wall, you probably use this kind of guy, which with these two opening wings will not come out from the wall. And if we take a closer look to to our actor, we will see that he's very hairy. He's got this hair coming out. And this hair, actually, they finish with a little hook. So the little hook is because he has to be very connected to the ground, and this is like a fantastic Velcro thing. You know, Velcro is a fantastic material. It's used massively, for example, in sailboats, which need a material to be very light and very performing. I want to leave you with this thought. I really think that designing with nature makes design better, and I really love to not just to take a look, but to observe them. And I think this takes us to be better designers. Thank you very much for your time.